Good afternoon, my friends. It's KrebsCOHO here with a company of Heroes Replay. Today, or tonight, or this morning, or whatever time zone it might be for you, we are going to be doing a 1v1 on the map Angoville. And before we actually introduce the players, I was doing a little bit of a quick nosy around the map just to, set up a beautiful scenic shot that I like to do at the beginning of every cast. But I actually noticed something pretty cool. So this is what Angoville looks like from this angle, right? Angle from Angoville. Angoville from this angle. Sounds kind of weird. But if you look inside the house over here, and then through the window, everything looks like it's totally different, doesn't it? As if like you're supposed to look outside the window and you're supposed to see a house directly in front of you. If you look through the window, it's a totally different dimension! Everything is completely different, and to be honest, I think if I'm looking at it right, maybe that's the opposite end of Angoville. You know where the stone wall is? I think that's where the stone wall is, right there. So you got a completely different dimension when you're inside a house and when you're outside. Actually, I'm wondering if you can look outside from and be the same from outside. It doesn't matter, who cares? I'm getting lost in my in this fourth dimension right now. So let's introduce the players today that we're going to be looking at. I'm going to be looking at Sol, LLS1B as the PE, and I'm also going to be looking at EpsilonSebx as the Brits. Okay, so EpsilonSeb versus Sol. I'm going to be watching both these players. It's only me by myself today. Solo cast it is. Solo cast we have in order. I hope you're all doing very, very well. And we're at the 5-second mark, going to be getting started in 3 seconds. So in 3, 2, 1, liftoff! 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And on we go to another very exciting matchup in the Company of Heroes Battlefield. Jeez, I think my voice sort of cracked there. Oh, Bernard, Krebs, try not to say things that's higher pitched than you can actually handle, or else your voice goes crackly. It's going to be an exciting match today, guys. We've already got the Kettenkrad coming out from the PE, capping this cutoff point. So interesting to be actually doing that. Why do PE players do this? Or why would any player do this when your opponent is a Brit? It doesn't really matter because they can just get their HQ and put it down over here, and cutoff points don't exist anymore. Maybe he's trying to cut it off from the Brits going onto the other side. I don't know. It really depends where your HQ is, where you get resources from. So maybe that's the thinking behind it, I don't know. Brent Carrier right now getting buttoned by the... the Kettenkrad getting buttoned by the Brent Carrier. And oh my gosh, it's already gone. I feel like I'm setting a theme here where not only in this cast, but the last one we had 2 Kettenkrads go down. This one we've already got the Kettenkrad down. What the heck is up with the Panzer Elite players that we're watching in these latest casts? They're just suicidal with their... Kettenkrads and porting units, keep them alive. But anyway, Sol coming out with 2 Kettenkrads in total, 1 already dead, and so he's going to be going around the field. That was great maneuvering by Seb to actually use the buttoning on his Bren Carrier. Not a lot of people actually use the buttoning on the Bren Carrier. They think it's almost non-existent. They tend to upgrade the Bren Carrier or just get guys in it, but I hardly ever see anyone using buttoning, and I bet you anything somebody could make a strategy out of Bren Carriers and buttoning rather than going for Bren guns on your actual infantry squads. I bet you anything somebody could make a buttoning strategy out of Bren Carriers rather than the Tommy squads. I've actually tried it myself in the past, but I gave it up because you need to be a very good player to actually pull it off. But anyway, Bren Carrier being a harassive unit, chasing these guys out of cover. And just pushing them. Push. Deny them of their green cover. Single this one man out. Fire at him. I don't know what the Brent Carrier is trying to do now. He's just playing a bit of footsie with the Prancer Grenadiers. Just rotating himself around. Everybody do the twist. And we've already got that Brent Carrier pushing them out right there. As you can see, very good maneuvering by him. Denying them of their green cover. So not only do we have Kettenkrads that are OP and pushing guys out of cover, but now we have OP Bren Carrier right here. I bet you anything that this guy that we were speaking about in previous casts, the one that was raging about OP Kettenkrads, I bet you if he's seen this, he'd be like, OP Bren Carrier! They just ruined my game! I cannot do anything! OP Bren Carrier. Oh, let's leave it. Okay, so already these Panzer Grenadiers taking a lot of casualties, whilst the Brits only took 2 losses in this infantry squad. It's this Bren Carrier, I'm telling you, he's just pushing them out, and they just don't have a chance to do anything. Tommy squad being supported up by another Tommy squad over here, and they don't have any upgrades at the moment, so they are walking slow. They don't have recon squad on them, so unfortunately they will be slow. So let's see what the Panzer Elite are up to. Trying to get back into the fight here with these guys going inside the building. Maybe they were thinking, hey, recon squad right there, I know what they're going to be doing. They're probably going to be trying to decap this cutoff point. Denied. And so we've got the clown car of the OP Bren Carrier. OP Bren Carrier. And now even more OP. It's even more OP. Going around the field, chasing down this poor Kettenkred. Can you not give the Kettenkred a freaking break? This guy... It seems like Kettenkrads have had the worst of times in all these games that we've been watching. But there we go, he's chased away, and he's going to be going elsewhere on the map. He knows this Bren Carrier is no friend of his, and just running away from there. So, EpsilonSeb going for the fuel decap on Angoville. So if you take a look at the tactical map, you'll notice that there are high fuel points, one on the right-hand flank and one on the left-hand flank. There's also high munitions and on both sides. And you've also got some other high munitions as well, okay? So 2 high munitions points, followed up by some other medium munitions points. But these fuel points are very, very vital. In fact, Seb knows that he can hold onto this one very easy over here because he's got his HQ already down. What he wants is this one. So that's why he tried to put down a trench right there, because if he could get that down, man, the Panzer Elite would have such a difficult day. That would have actually forced them to either get a mortar half-track with incendiary rounds or to get incendiary grenades, and that would be such a hassle because they'd be forced into actually getting that. But luckily for them, the trench not actually getting down, and so the Brits just defending in the bushes whilst all of this stuff is moving on up. So we've already got an infantry half-track out, so take a quick look at the Panzer Elite's base. That means that they've got the Kampfgruppe company out, and also another infantry half-track coming out as well. Notice how a few of these guys are garrisoned in, allowing their themselves to act like more of a clown car. Nice thing about having this infantry half-track here is to just get some reinforcement out on the field. Provides a bit of MG support. Harasses a bit, and you can reinforce your guys, and I guess that's what they need at the moment. Alright, so 2 infantry half-tracks. By the way, this is quite an old replay. You might actually not see a lot of these strategies being employed nowadays, not frequently anyway. This is an old replay from just about when 2.602 came out, and I fondly remember actually this was a very common strategy in 2.601. The Panzer Elite would get backed up by infantry support, or infantry half-tracks. And so I have a feeling when 2.602 came out, and when this replay around when the patch came out, a lot of these PE players were thinking about the strategies in a 2.601 mindset, and so they're just applying what they used to do in this patch. Okay, but the Brits being chased away to their base, that is a lot of Brits to deal with. We really need some sort of mortar, don't we, Mr. PE player? You've got your Kampfgruppe company out. You could definitely go for a mortar if you wanted to, but let's see what else is going on in the field. The Panzer Elite are just decapping, and it seems like quite a stalemate at the moment. Let's go take a look at what EpsilonSeb is up to right now. He's actually gotten one of his doctrine selection. I can't actually see it. How do I see it? I know there's a way to actually see it. Was that it? No, I can't see it, guys. But we'll find out in a second just what it is here. Because there's no way he would have 0 CP after 7 minutes into the game. But he's holding off. He's got his Bren Carrier right there. It's a little bit damaged. He's got field support truck just out. Placed it right on top of the high munitions point here. And he's got some sappers coming out as well. Maybe he's thinking about getting some Piats on them. He definitely needs to use them to repair this Bren Carrier over here. Be very useful to do that. Whilst the PE are just still capping with their Kettenkrad, their OP Kettenkrad. Which hasn't really been that OP, to be honest. It hasn't been chasing anyone out of cover. In fact, they've just been getting killed. And so these guys, these Tommy squads, are just capping down south whilst everything else is quiet. And the PE are moving in for some sort of swoop. Let's see how successful this is going to be. I'm not sure how successful it's going to be. To be honest, I think at most they're only going to be damaging the Bren Carriers, or maybe just injuring squads, killing a few. That's about it. This, although there's a lot of anti-infantry power here, it's not strong enough. It's not got the capability to withstand a lot of Tommy squads, and also this Bren Carrier and the Piat squads and whatever else. So this is going to be a loss for the PE. But look at that, look at that. It looked like the Brits were going to come in for some sort of counterattack, and look at that! Bread carrier coming in from the side, trying to come in from the flank. I guess maybe he saw the mortar half-track coming in, but again, a clown car, but this time with Piat squads in it. Interesting stuff to be seeing from Seb, to have Piats over in a Bread carrier, possibly chase down the infantry half-tracks by doing so. Mortar half-track just out in the field as what we were hoping the PE to get. Definitely could help supplement against this fighting force of the Brits. Lots of Tommies. If you can especially get some grouped up Tommy squads, that would be really nice. But what are the Brits doing at the moment? I guess they're going to be trying to come in for a flank. They're not going to come in from the direct assault way because there's two infantry half-tracks over here. And that means that they could throw down some suppressive fire. They don't have the best of suppressive fires, but since there's two of them, they could actually start suppressing in the long run. Half-track already down! Man, that was a long shot for the Bren carrier. Well done to you, gentlemen. Unfortunately, the Bren carrier is out of control. That is him gone, but at the same time, mortar half-track dead. And same with one of the infantry half-tracks. This is being turning out to be quite a huge loss for the PE, which is very, very crucial for them to keep these half-tracks alive, but instead, few of them dying. Bren carrier, unfortunately, down for the Brits. And that was kind of an important part of the strategy. It wasn't the absolute backbone, it wasn't the spine of them staying alive, but it was nice. I mean, the clown car is always a nice thing to have. It seems a bit ridiculous, but it's always nice. And so these guys are being chased off. What is that I see in the Brit base? We've got a Kenkrad trying to do something. Maybe he was just harassing of some sort. But look at that. We've got EpsilonSebx using blob tactics. Yes, blob tactics. To push off the PE from the map completely. And whilst all that fighting and engagement was going on, one Tommy squad managed to decap the vital cutoff point. So if you head on over to Seoul, you'll notice that he's got +0 munitions income and +5 fuel. This does not look good for this gentleman whatsoever. For the PE, he's very, very desperate. He needs to get fuel in order for him to purchase vehicles, which is the backbone of the PE force, having these vehicles out. Panzer Elite, Panzer Grenadiers will take you so far. You've got to have some sort of supplementing force. These guys aren't going to be able to take on all these Tommy squads, this number of them anyway, by themselves. So they definitely need some vehicles there. And if they don't have the fuel, well, it's not looking too good. All these squads of the Tommies separated out. They're decapping different things. This point has been completely cut off. And man, how are the PE going to get back into this? They definitely need some resources here. We'll have to see. We'll have to see what they manage. I guess they're going to be going in for some sort of direct assault. What? He's going to be going in for the HQ. That is why he's been getting the Panzer Shreks out on his squads. Maybe what he's trying to do is force the Brits into a retreat back to their HQ so that could bring the right-hand flank back open. And that is exactly what's happening. Seb is in full retreat with all of his squads because he needs them back at his base because we've got incendiary rounds from the mortar half-track. We've got Panzer Shreks just on the doorstep of this headquarters, and so Seb knows that he needs all the force necessary that he has at his disposal to take on this impending doom. He can't let his HQ go down, okay? So now whilst the Brits are back over here, you can tell that the Kettenkrad is just capping away at what was taken away from the Panzer Elite. Alright, so we've got Lieutenant out here somewhere. Yep, Mr. Lieutenant, providing them heroic charge because he is at Vet 1. If he wasn't at Vet 1, if he was Vet 0, he wouldn't be able to do that, but because he's at Vet 1, there we go, we got heroic charge, providing this instant, pretty much zero suppression, and providing a faster fire rate and such. I think it's also more difficult for these men to be killed, as in received accuracy is reduced, so it's really hard to see the negatives of heroic charge. Sometimes I like to think if there's imbalances in this game. I know I don't like to bitch about the game at all. You know, like, oh, this is OP, that's OP. I don't think really anything is OP in this game. As in, like, say, the whole faction. I wouldn't say, like, oh yeah, the Brits are OP. I'd maybe rather say certain things are suggestible to being unbalanced. So, for example, the Lieutenant heroic charge. Yes, it is a vital thing. However, I do think it is a bit too overpowered. Reason being because you get instant zero suppression. Nothing can suppress you. Received accuracy is reduced. It's a free ability. you shoot faster. And it's like, well, where's the negatives to this? Yeah, fair enough. You get the exhaustion afterwards, but I mean, if you're a smart player, you're gonna just use it for what, 10 seconds, and then retreat for the last few seconds before you get into the exhaustion state. And there you go. You just use something amazing, and then you get back to safety after it's finished. Anyway, the majority of the field is actually in the hands of the PE at the moment. You can see a lot more blue than red. But quite a bit of it is actually decapped right here. Not exactly sure why the Luftwaffe actually retreated there when they could have just finished the cap on that. Maybe they were afraid that even if they capped it, then the Tommy squads would have instant decapped. Maybe. That's a possibility, but fair enough. As I was saying, we got the Luftwaffe out for the Panzerleute. They've got the camouflage ability on the Kettenkrad. Camouflaged Kettenkrad with smoke coming out of it. Could you imagine what that would look like in real life? You have an invisible unit and then a plume of smoke coming out. Where is that plume of smoke coming? I have no idea. It looks so strange, but there definitely cannot be anything there. Yeah, the camouflage system in this game is a bit suggestible. If you didn't catch my gist, my sarcasm. Anyway, let's take a look at Seb, and you can tell he's got a Stuart out. We've got quite a big engagement here. Look at this, we've got Tommy squads just about to die, but in retreat, and he is in full retreat as well. How the hell is he retreating? Is he retreating to a captain? I have a feeling he might be doing that. That's what all these guys are doing. And where's the captain? Where's the captain? Captain is over here, so they are retreating to the captain. They were low on health. They were low on health, low on men, and very close to dying. We had a double vet Gewehr 43 squad right there, also Luftwaffe squad, and the mortar half-track, providing a lot of damage. So the Tommy squads just got out of there as quickly as possible. They didn't pack up their HQ, or else they would have retreated back straight to their spawn point, their call-in point, if they did that. But instead what they did, because they have a captain out, is they're just retreated to the captain, to some sort of safety. Now these guys can work their way around. Perhaps he's going to be going to the field support truck, or maybe he's going to be going to the armor command truck, which is out on the field for Seb, and he's producing a Cromwell to help support all of this that's going on in the field. Verbal Vint just coming out, which is a good move by Sol, because he knows that there's lots of infantry. But I guess Seb is not dumb. He knows what might be coming out. He's predicting what his opponent, Sol, might be going for next. And so he predicted, well, I've been seeing a lot of infantry and a lot of light vehicles. It's a little bit later into the game. Perhaps my opponent might be going for some heavier vehicles, and so he's gotten his Cromwell out to supplement his fighting force, and that is exactly what he needs to chase off this Verbal Vind that has come out on the field. Verbal Vind has no capability to take on tanks whatsoever. However, it instant suppresses. No joke, it instant suppresses infantry like no tomorrow. Kettenkrad just doing something. I have no idea exactly what he's trying to do. Maybe just spot for his mortar half-track against all of these squads over here, the Tommies. And let's take a look at what else is going to be going on. So they are trying to get back in the fight. This headquarters command truck, badly damaged. He's actually upgrading improved resources. I can't remember exactly what it's called, the exact name, some secured resources, something like that. Basically going to allow him to get extra resources from this point. So not only does he have it OP'd in a way, he's locked it down, he's going to get extra resources. So you'll notice this in just a second. Let's go take a look. Plus 26, jumps up to plus 32. So he's got extra resources for his command truck, and so that is plus 32 in total from that one point, that one high fuel point. Man, that is great. That is great for the Brits. And one of the things that really shines for the Brit is just their lack of need to actually cap everything across the map. Whereas Wehrmacht, Americans, PE, they need to actually have all the resources around the map. The Brits just only need one or two very vital points, such as a high point or a medium point, and just start locking it down and upgrading it like crazy. And that is what the Brit has been doing. Even though he's only got one single fuel point, he's still got plus 37. He's got plus 32 from the 1 point, and then the plus 5 from the initial very start of the game that gets permanently. Oh my gosh, that is crazy. 1 point plus 32. Well, there you go. That's what you get. Lieutenant, double veterancy right now, allowing him to survive longer. And what else is going on across the field? Brits just capping up some points that they had previously decapped, so some cutoff points. The Brits, or the PE, holding on in. He's got some Panzerschrecks out against the Cromwell and the Stuart. And then he's got the Verbal Wind to hold off against any infantry. But I don't know how successful it's going to be when you've got so much infantry here, and especially a vet to lieutenant, a lieutenant. He could easily just use heroic charge, and that suppression doesn't really matter. Notice how the captain's coming in here, and his defensive bonuses are working in this entire stretch of territory. So nice, you can cap this one strategic point, and then it gives you an effective defensive bonuses for all your infantry inside this sector. Right on throughout it. Very big sector. Very, very nice. So these gentlemen trying to pick off some PE where they can see fit. But the PE just backing off into their base. Holding off! That's what they're trying to do. Kankrad being so sneaky, just going around, decapping the VPs, going back into camouflage, and just harassing in general. Oh, I just heard something explode. And I have no idea what the hell it was. I guess these... here we go. Yeah, these Panzer Elite crashed on some mines over here. Interesting stuff. Yeah. They just crashed on some mines. I think that's the second Kettenkrad out for the PE, isn't it? Yeah, it's 2 Kettenkrads. And he's actually been keeping them alive a lot longer than usual, which is good to see. And there we go. Cromwell saying, Commander's Cupola upgraded or something, they were saying. And that is their one of their upgrades for the Cromwell tank, just allowing them to get better sight range without the need of having anything up front. And here they go, being supported by the recon squad up front. They're just moving along the right hand side. What is their initial goals? What are their goals for this? Maybe just to defend the side. What are the PE doing? They're just holding off. They've just got their guys healing on up. But from what are they actually healing from? What? I thought you had to be next to like a base or something. Maybe, well, surely not the Flak Vierlings. Interesting stuff. I thought you had to be next to some sort of base buildings. Or maybe you just can be in your entire home sector anyway. Maybe. I thought it was base buildings. Alright. Flak going down for Sol. That's part of his Luftwaffe doctrine. This is going to be providing some good support, anti-tank against all these Cromwells here. I guess he's becoming a little bit desperate. He knows that he needs to defend. Come on, defend! Panzerschreck's doing a good job against the Tommies. Look at that. Finishing off one guy with a direct rocket to the belly. Catch this, mofo! Look, these guys go. Come on! Dish out some damage onto the Cromwells. But I have a feeling these bushes are going to be getting a little bit in the way of the Flak Vierling, or the Flak rather. Over here. If he's gonna have some success, he needs to destroy these hedges. And there we go! I'm speaking a bit too soon here. He's actually gonna be destroying the hedges with his flak. And oh my gosh, these guys are caught out in such a bad place! One guy, Vet 2, instant down! Oh wow! That is a big loss for the PE. That was a Vet 2 squad. Keep those things alive! But unfortunately, he was caught out in a bad position, being jackknifed from the side from all those Brit squads. We've also got some mines being placed down right in the center of the road, almost in the center of the road anyway. You got one mine sort of dangling off the side there. Anything goes down the road, they'll probably crash into it. And there we go, the Flak's still trying to destroy the bushes because he knows it's in the way. And it's so frustrating when you can't shoot anything behind the bushes. So you gotta destroy them. Plow them. Get rid of them. Here we go. I think these engineers know that, the sappers know that there's some Kettenkrad around on the field. He needs to do something. And look at this. Sol, his strategy right now is to try and destroy the HQ. He's got a variety of Panzerschrecks, and he's going to be trying to destroy the HQ, I suppose. It'd be a lot more helpful if he actually went for a tank hunter doctrine and got double Shreks. 6 Shreks out on each for all these 3 squads would be nice anti-tank, and also to destroy this headquarters. But that didn't reap any results. That is all the men in retreat. And we've got the full, verbal vent coming in, and everyone is coming in for a flank. All in a surrounding, encompassing fashion. We've got the Tommies over here with the Bren guns. We've got the Cromwell just up on front. But they need to take out this flak, or else it's going to be doing way too much damage. And look at that. Flak might possibly destroy this thing. There we go. Taking out one Cromwell, but the flak's so close to being destroyed. One more shot. There we go. That is a flak down, so that was a big defensive force for the PE dead. But at the same time, the Brits losing one of their Cromwells. Everyone is using flanking speed now because it's vital that they get out of there. They did the damage, they took a loss, and they don't want to be losing anything more. Especially the Cromwell command tank. Important to keep that thing alive. Because it actually gives the other tanks better firing rate. Alright, I think it improves something like 30%. Faster firing rate. But look at that, all these guys getting repaired on up. The Cromwells, Sherman Firefly just coming out, and the PE have come in with more Panzerschrecks, trying to go in for a counterattack, but not good at all. Need to get out of there. It's just really back and forth, isn't it? It's just one engagement, then the counterattack, then the counterattack, and here comes EpsilonSeb in a fashion you would never see him in a big blob style. I never thought I'd be seeing Seb doing massive blobs, but hey ho. I guess he just wants to make the biggest impact he possibly can against the Brits. An out of control Cromwell, surprisingly not killing any infantry when he was out of control. Wow. And even though one flak went down, the Luftwaffe put down another one. And look at that, we've got the Vet 3 coming out for the Lieutenant over here. That's going to be the advanced, what do they call it? Enhanced bonuses that he's going to be giving to his infantry now. There's also a +1 command point that he gave off as well. Great stuff to achieve once you have the ability to do so. And look at that, we had the Sherman Firefly that was hulled down. 2 tanks already dead with the flag still on up here. Cromwell just about to go down as well. Can he get out? I don't know. No! 3 tanks down. Flag spontaneously combusting. I think that was actually from the Piat, but it looked like he was just about to die anyway. And there we go. That is 1 flak down with 3 tanks dead for Seb. Not looking too good for Seb at all to be losing such a vital part of his army right there. And so all he's got to work with now is infantry. If we look at his doctrine selection, EpsilonSeb went for the Royal Engineer support, and if you notice, that's why he had to hull down. That just allows him to, what does it do exactly? Give you 33% extra armor, so you're 33% hard to penetrate or destroy. And also reduces incoming damage by 25% at the cost of being immobile. Another very nice thing of this doctrine, and I wonder if it's actually been used. Yeah, it has been used. Once you get to the very end of the left-hand side of the Royal Engineers, you get improved headquarters or command trucks. And look at that. One of the bonuses is that it actually gives extra resources for your command trucks. So if you look at the munitions points, it's +34. I don't think it's actually upgraded like the headquarters command truck. Whereas this one is upgraded and we've got +39 fuel from a single freaking point. You could actually add on one more thing on top of this. If your captain got to Vet 3, the captain, when he gets to Vet 3, he also gives off resource bonuses to whatever territory he's currently in. And so if they had a Vet 3 captain and got in here, it'd be even larger than a +39 point. That is mental! Absolutely crazy how much fuel that is. But not like Seb actually needs it, to be honest. I mean, if you look, he's got 338 saved up. Plenty to be working with. Apart from that, apart from the resources, you also get improved speed, which accumulates with speed governors, and you've also got hardier command trucks to destroy. And just for every command truck existing, they get, I believe, +6 pop cap and +5 munitions for every command truck that exists, alright? That's crazy. That's really good. Underused, definitely an underused doctrine. I think it's because of the Churchill tanks that you get. To be honest, the Churchills don't usually shine in a lot of situations, but they can, to be honest. They can actually, if you use them effectively. Churchill 1... The first Churchill, maybe not so much. It's not the absolute beast when it comes down to things. Yes, it can suppress infantry, and I think that's probably the best ability that it has, the tank shock, to suppress infantry. But apart from that, it's not the most brilliant of tanks. It's only good for light vehicles and such. AVRE is absolutely brilliant. The mortar shell that it shoots, I believe, for 20 or 25 munitions, is absolutely brilliant. It devastates whatever it lands on. Great building destroyer, great infantry destroyer. Can do quite a bit of damage to vehicles as well. The next one afterwards that you have is the crocodile tank, and that is sort of like a crocodile Sherman. But yeah, not a lot of people tend to use the flamethrower with the Churchills. So the Brits getting back into this. Look at that. We had the AVRE just fire right now. Firing off to the side. Destroying some butterfly bombs. But maybe he was anticipating the PE to head that direction. And look at that. Butterfly bombs coming down. And even being destroyed midair. You can see the wee explosions. And yet, this Tommy squad is still running on into some of them. Perhaps they were still... they were covered up. AVRE missing. Landing on top of the Cromwell wreck rather than on the Luftwaffe squad. That could have been mass casualties for that squad right there if it got a direct hit. But instead falling short on top of this wreck. Over on the right hand side we've got a Cromwell supporting a captain, funnily enough. And a Kettenkrad nearby just saying, "Hello, I can see what you're doing. And as soon as you go away, I'm going to be OP Kettenkrad and do what I want." Look at that. We've got some medics just picking up the wounded. From the casualty clearing center, and yet the PE doesn't care to kill him. Maybe it's because he's got Panzerschrecks and he can't be arsed. So he's falling short. I think he was going to be going for the HQ there, but going to be going elsewhere. You got a mine just set up right there by Seb. And what else is going on? It looks like the Panzerschrecks are going to instead go take on the Cromwell, funnily enough. Alright, Cromwell. Going inside the building. Maybe they wanted a vantage point, but they're needed elsewhere now. And there we go. We've got some flanking squads, but as I was saying about the Verbal Vent, instant suppression, no problem. And that's what we saw right there by the Verbal Vent, suppressing these guys, pinning them down to the ground. There's no lieutenant nearby to use heroic charge. And so the Brits just taking some casualties here. Cromwell, what are you doing? Get out. Get out! Off of you. Go back. Or do that, just kill a one-manning squad. Not a bad plan. And here we go. AVRE is coming in. Piet's getting some direct shots off, but crashing into the midst of a bunch of butterfly bombs. AVRE killing the crew, and that is it! Piet's finishing off the flak, just dying so quick. You would think that an AVRE would die quite fast to a flak, and yeah, it would actually die quite fast, but it could easily just take out the crew on it as it was doing with its mortar shell. And that's... Is it going to do it again? That would be so damn cheeky if he does it again. Oh, he was contemplating it. You could just tell Seb was just thinking, "Oh, I hope you're going to be doing that. Don't stop creating it." And they're going to be producing another one. Another AVRE. Spectacular. But the AVRE missing that shell. Mortar shell, and plus 50 munitions for the Brits. Tons of munitions. Great stuff. Let's see what's going on over here. Nothing. Plus 34, plus 39. Yeah. Good enough stuff. It's kind of smart that the... I don't know. What do you guys think about the armor command truck being over here? Do you think it should be brought out onto the munitions point over here? I don't know, technically you could. But maybe Seb is just keeping it there for safety's sake. Maybe because he's afraid if he had it elsewhere on the map, then the PE could easily bring up their Panzerschrecks and take it out. And so maybe there's no point to it. Maybe he's just afraid of that. But 750 manpower for the Brits is a ton of manpower to be floating. I guess Seb is just trying to think to himself or decide what should I be getting next. I don't know if it's Soul. Let's see what he's up to. He's just putting down more butterfly bombs. I'm gonna have a quick drink of water here, guys. Interesting stuff, interesting stuff. Over on the right hand side, we've got more Panzerschrecks trying to take on this Cromwell. So damn desperate to finish it off, aren't they? They're just like, oh come on, we tried to kill you so many times, but you don't want to die. Alright, trying to do something. And lo and behold, look at that, we've got a Churchill Crocodile coming out! Crocodile tank! Interesting. Interesting stuff. If we quickly go on over to Seb, I believe the Crocodile is more expensive. Yep. The reason is because it still has functionality of its turret, so it's sort of like a Churchill, but it has a flamethrower on it. So for the extra 200 manpower, you get an extra flamethrower on your Churchill. Look how this thing can absorb damage. One Panzerschreck shot, just only taking it down a little bit of health. No problem. And so it's moving in, putting slowly into enemy territory. And this flak is still firing away. Fire, fire, fire. Come on, Verbal Vins, suppress some of these guys. We got 2 Verbal Vins in total. I'm really surprised they're not being suppressed. Maybe it's because of the captain over here providing some defensive capability here for the infantry sections. AVRE just unloading itself. And look at this battle go. We've got a Churchill coming in from the side. Oh my gosh. Well, the AVRE down. And that Crocodile just backing off. He knows that there's a lot of anti-tank to deal with right now. So losses for the Brits, a little bit of losses for the Panzer Elite, who are just on the back foot. They are on the back foot, just trying to defend. They know the Brits are constantly coming from this direction, so they're putting down butterfly bombs in this area, suppress any infantry. But these guys, these medics have free roam to do whatever they want. And so EpsilonSebx is going to be getting free squads here. I'm surprised. Maybe he's got this one of these moral obligations to not kill medics in the game. Perhaps. Maybe. Maybe the PE is just morally conscious about these things. I don't know. But how can you be morally conscious about killing medics when you're killing other units on the field? Nah, I don't know. It doesn't make sense. And these guys are just getting themselves upgunned with some brands. And what vehicles does Seb have? Just a Cromwell and also that Churchill. But they're badly, desperately needing repairs. So it's turned out into almost like a standoff, hasn't it? Kenkrad, OP Kenkrad, capping, going into camouflage and not being revealed. And I guess the Brits are probably just gonna... Cap was open to them. PE, what are you up to? What are you up to? Let's go take a look at him. Does he have a lot of manpower? Not really. All of his squads are reinforced, but still not really a lot of manpower to work with, and he's only got 100. Verbal Vin's quite costly, 480 to actually call out. Let alone the flax, the amount of cost that is, not only in terms of manpower, but also fuel as well. I'm surprised, I'm surprised. All the PE has is a single group company building. Maybe it's just like, maybe it's because these players, when they were playing this game, it was just 2.602 was newly released. Maybe they just didn't know about the effectiveness of Panthers. Maybe, it's always a possibility. But nowadays, people just go for Panthers and be like, ho ho ho, I win. And here we go, we've got tons of Panzerschrecks coming in for the kill on the headquarters command truck. Butterfly bombs coming down right on top of the area. Was that a smart thing? I don't know. If they're revealed, they're revealed. Brit knows that they're there, and they're pretty much all gone. But that is the command truck dead! And so, back to Seb, you'll notice that the point is back down to 16. From plus 39 down to plus 16. Interesting stuff. But if you look at the resource income, it is severely inhibited. Plus 0 munitions, plus 0 fuel. That is because there's no headquarters command truck out on the field. This is a vital thing for the Brits. If they don't have one, they can't get any resources from their munitions and also their fuel. A lot of deprivation in terms of manpower rate at the moment. So if it's going to be priority number 1 for the Brits, yeah, probably definitely a headquarters command truck. Or maybe not. Maybe he's not even bothering. It looks like he was actually going to be getting something else. Okay. Can do that. What did he get? I don't know. Maybe he's just reinforcing his squads. And so Seb trying to move back in on this location. Whilst the Panzer Elite, Panzer Grenadiers are going on the right hand side. Here we go. All these men still too afraid. Verbal Vin's maybe going to be tearing them up. I guess Seb went for a second opinion. And he's going to be moving in again. Alright. Giggity, giggity. 268 VPs for the Brits with 306 for the Panzer Elite. Panzer Elite is actually leading the VP score, but still quite neck and neck. There's no clear-cut winner at the moment. And so you got squads sitting on the side. You've got some other guys over here. And now the Cromwell was the problem. It's gone. And now the Churchill Crocodile is the problem. Alright. Getting crowd. Might get killed here. Yeah! Even though he went into camouflage, it was just after the shot fired, and so boom! Getting crowd is dead. Flak 88 still shooting from right on across the field. When is Seb going to be getting his headquarters? Ah, he got it actually. I actually missed that out. And he's going to be upgrading it again, because when it's destroyed, he loses that upgrade. And so this plus 32 is going to be going back to plus 39. Funnily enough. But why would Seb actually go for increased secure resources? Why would he do that? Because if he does it, yeah, he gets plus 39 fuel, but he certainly does not need the extra fuel. At 770, come on, you're not going to be spending that fast. But fair enough. Hey ho. I guess he's going to be just going for it anyway. Because he can. And there we go. Panzer Elite, are you going to be getting any different units? No, not even going to bother with Panther Battle Groups, just going to work with mid-tier stuff. Flak really, the Verbal Vind is a little bit later tier, but still it's not a heavy tank at all. Okay, doing some work over here. So close to killing that captain. But the captain's in retreat. And maybe we'll see actually his bonuses for this territory in a second. So, hold on. Let's go take a look at what he's up to. Captain retreat, plus 39, goes up to plus 45. Plus 45! Fuel. From a single point! That is all your accumulations right there. From your doctrine, from your command truck, from your lieutenant, or from your captain. Plus 45. That is an extra 29 fuel on top of the standard high point. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Wow, 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 wow. But as the attacks keep on progressing, these players must surely be getting worn out by now. You'd think so. Fighting for 42 minutes straight, 43 minutes. Playing with almost the same strategy. Seb has been going for a slightly different strategy. You know, going for his different Churchills and such. He had a lot of Cromwells, a Sherman Firefly, but now he's almost strictly on the diet of crocodiles, of Churchills, rather. But the Panzer Elite has really not changed up his strategy at all, has he? He hasn't gotten any late game armor. He's still working with his flak. He's working with his Verbal-Winds. And his Panzer Elite infantry. But maybe I'm speaking too soon, because he's just putting down a building right now. Panzer Jaeger Command. Well, at last he's doing something. But we'll have to see what he wants to produce out of that. Maybe he's just thinking about going for a Panther battle group, you never know. And surely it wouldn't be armored cars. Maybe Marder? I don't know. Maybe he needs something mobile, some sort of mobile anti-tank vehicle. But Seb coming in with his blob of infantry. Captain, Lieutenant. Actually, kind of no point of having your captain right there. I mean, he's only going to help in your own territory, so... not sure. And plus, he's Vet 3, so he doesn't need the veterancy. Here we go, let's see how successful this is going to be. We've got Tommy's moving on in, going for the decap of points. And Seb just knows if he can keep on decapping this point, he might be delaying the Panzer Elite's win. 257 points for the Panzer Elite, so finally lower than Seb's. But still, not enough. Not enough. Alright. Let's watch this battle ensue. Cromwell. Taking a few hot shots. And some guys falling on back. I think what the Brits are trying to come up with now is they're trying to devise a strategy, like find a hole in the PE and then exploit it. I think that's what they're trying to do. So whilst the Panzer Elite Infantry, the Panzer Grenadiers are busy, just find that hole available and just go destroy some stuff. And so that is the Flak 88 down again. Shouldn't be surprised about it. It's down again. And yet these guys are still staying here. I guess maybe it's because of the Crocodile. Burning down everything. Flak is down. Verbal-Winds are moving in. And we've got those Panzerschrecks just trying to hold off against this one Crocodile. The only thing holding off against this Crocodile is the Panzerschrecks, but they are infantry. Verbal-Wind going down. And look at this, the Crocodile just going in, burning the anti-tank infantry. Oh my gosh, you can see the veterancy is just about to be wasted away here. Tank Buster Squad so desperate to get some kills here. Cromwell going down, it just came out of nowhere. Cromwell just came out of nowhere, but I guess it was just there for a final push. And himself getting destroyed, but most importantly, we saw a Vet 3 Panzer Grenadier actually just go down. And still trying to defend against this Crocodile. With manpower that they're trying to save up. Manpower they don't really have. Well, they do have it, but I guess they're trying to save up for something else. And these guys on fire, especially the one with the Panzerschreck, the most vital one, and instantly he switches over to another guy, throwing him the hot potato and just letting himself die. I would say get the CPU, but I know that you're watching a replay. Yeah. Apparently when I'm watching replays, it says I'm in a skirmish. No, I don't play against computers. Last time I played against computers was a long time ago. I don't play against computers at all. If I'm in a skirmish, it's because I'm doing a replay. And damn, that is a half-track dead. Luftwaffe, one on fire, running laps. That's him gone. And that's pretty much the entire Panzer Elite force dead! Man, Seb did find a little bit of a hole and exploited it to the max. He just brought in his infantry and his tanks, and although he had to sacrifice them a little bit, he managed to take out the Flak and also the Verbal-Wind, and then that Crocodile just had free roam to come on in and just start burning away at the infantry, because that's all pretty much that the Panzer Elite had, just infantry. They didn't have much tanks, only just the Marder. That was destroyed. They had the Verbal-Wind. Or sorry, not the Marder. Marder's only coming out right now. The Verbal-Wind. And then one of them was destroyed. And there's no anti-tank at all. Apart from the infantry. So just finding that exploit, and there we go. Crocodile moving in. A new one actually, a new crocodile. And the other one following up from behind. So look at that. This is what I mean. This is great. Seb using the crocodiles to such good use. When was the last time we see Churchill crocodiles being used? Pretty much never. But they're being used to such good use. Why? Because the Panzer Elite don't have any heavy vehicles on the field. They don't have Panthers. They don't have infantry support tank, Panzer IV. All they have is just these mortars, and the mortars have paper armor, enough for the crocodiles, the Churchills here, to just use their main gun and just destroy them. And then you have the flamethrowers available to burn away at the infantry. Could this one be going down? Could this one be going down? No idea. But the flames only come out of the front of the tank. Not the front of the turret, but rather the front of the hull. You'll notice this, where the flames being spewed out of. There you go. And so when the Churchills, the crocodiles, are facing the wrong direction, it means that the Luftwaffe won't be killed if they're facing the wrong direction. But there we go. They're turned around and spewing flames. Spewing it up. Oh, jeez. And here we go. We've got some more squads just moving on in here. I guess they're retreating up to the captain. Because they are ready. They are ready. They are sprinting into battle. Where's that Jerry? We'll knock one in him. And still, Seb just destroying the wreck because he can. Maybe he's just thinking, just in case if there's a Burger Tiger. You never know. Not that it really matters. Uh-oh. 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 These might die, but Piet's right there. And look at that. Boom! One right on top. One right on top. And that is one Churchill gone. But one Martyr 2 just about to go down. Martyr 3 rather. Verbal Wind. Kamikaze. And that is the Martyr 3 gone at the same time. Very important vehicles for the Panzer Elite completely gone and dead. And that is it! That is... Soul actually probably dropped from the game. There's still VPs left. But he was completely encompassed. All this territory gone of his. And so the earth is left scorched. Scorched earth. Look at that. We've got wrecks strewn across the field. Cromwell, Martyr 3, Verbal Wind. You even have somewhere, I don't know, maybe from Firefly? No, that's gone by now. Got a crocodile wreck somewhere over there. Oh my gosh, so that is it. It seemed like the Panzer Elite was really on the back foot there, wasn't he? I mean, he was trying to move on up forward on the right-hand flank, but I think the main problem for him was that he just stayed with infantry a bit too long. Well, I mean, a bit too long. 50 minutes, that's way too long. So, if anything, he had to change up his strategy. Go for some heavier vehicles, the Panthers and such, to try and push back the Brits. Panthers would definitely have helped. But anyway, guys, I don't know, maybe you could let them off because this was an old game and it was when strategies were being developed. But anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this replay. After 50 minutes of constantly talking, especially with such enthusiasm, Krebs has a light head. But anyway, just before we finish this, guys, I'm going to be giving away 2 wee prizes because it is the festive period. In front of your screen, I'm going to be giving away 1 Tales of Valor key. So if you don't have Tales of Valor, if you want to give it to one of your friends, then there you go, Tales of Valor key. I'm also going to be giving away another one on my Facebook page. So check that out if you are one of the early birds. Until next time, guys, I will catch you all later.
Right, here we go. 3, 2, 1.